Why do we hate going to work every day? Why do we spend so much time, the commute there, all day that we're at work, the commute home? When we get home, we vent and to anybody that'll listen, and then we have a brief period where we actually take a deep breath and just enjoy life for a little bit until reality sets in, and we realize that we gotta get ready for bed and get ready for tomorrow where we gotta go back and do it all over again. We spend all that time hating for what? Why do we hate our job so much? At work, we have to answer to people. We have leads, we have supervisors, managers, assistant managers, district managers. The list is endless of people with titles on their name tag, corner offices, fancy parking spaces, and coffee mugs and clipboards. But when it comes right down to it, there's two types of people, and one type can make work fun and not even seem like work, and the other type can make work, well, we just hate work. We want to go office space on it and burn the frickin' place down. So we have leaders, and we have managers. Don't care about anything else. Don't care about district managers and supervisors and all that crap. Doesn't matter. So envision a world that has leaders, from where you get your morning coffee to where you sign your name and receive the keys for your first home, and the person looking back at you in the mirror. Imagine waking up feeling excited to go to work every day, and when you arrive home, you feel an abundance of self-worth and achievement combined with an unquestionable confidence that allows you to experience life with far less stress. Remember all that time in the beginning I told you that you hate your job, the commute, all day you spend there, the commute home, venting to people. You have a small break in there, and then you realize you got to get ready and go back and do the same crap tomorrow. All that time you spend hating going to work and being at work is caused by managers. I believe in a world and a future that we can build together with leaders in every aspect of life that will give us less stress and more success and fulfillment of being a leader and doing what's best for ourselves, our families, individually, instead of following social expectations and financial competitions and managing. So what's the difference between a leader and a manager? First, let's define who a manager or leader even is. Is a leader or manager just someone at work with a fancy title and a clipboard? What about just a regular employee? Can they be a leader? Someone's first day in the job, can they be a leader? Now let's really think outside the box. Can a parent or parents be a leader or manager? A couple with kids, or even a single person living at home alone, what about them? Can they be a leader? Anybody can, or a manager. No matter what, we have the chance to be a leader or be a manager. Just because we don't have a fancy title on our name tag at work doesn't mean that we can't be a leader. Just because we aren't at work doesn't mean that we don't have to handle the time management and budgets and spending, transportation, maintenance, and all that other stuff. So what is a manager? Most of the time you can recognize a manager before they even say a word. They have this look of entitlement and power as they look down at others, especially the people that they manage. Their definition of being a manager is being able to tell others what to do so that they don't have to do it. They live by numbers and only see numbers as success or failure. They can't grab the concept that there's other ways to lead other than sitting there and playing with numbers and standing there on a clipboard watching everybody else do the work. So if the numbers aren't what they're supposed to be, then it has to be the employee's fault. So they will look at any little thing that their employees are doing wrong and blame them. A manager is confident they're always right when they're speaking to others, and there's no way that anyone can do their job better or have a better idea. Another key indicator of a manager is how they ask a question. So for example, let's say you're walking into work and your manager's walking towards you. and for a split second, they'll make eye contact with you and ask you, hey, how's it going? And keep walking. Not slowing down, not stopping, not anything. What does that tell you? Number one, your manager only glanced at you, so the eye contact was minimal. Number two, your manager kept on walking, didn't slow down, didn't stick around for the answer, didn't do anything. So there's never a care in the world about your answer, how you're really doing. They don't give a shit. So why even ask? It's more insulting to us to ask and awkward when they ask, how's it going? You start an answer and they're already 10 feet behind you. That is a key indicator that you can tell a manager right off the bat. So when things are going wrong, or it's a late night or whatever, and people are trying to go home, managers nowhere to be found. They will still be in the building because they got to lock up and do whatever, but they're going to be hanging around, talking to other managers and joking around and not doing anything. But if they would actually team up and help, everybody could go home earlier and see their families and enjoy life a little bit. But what's worse is they not only do that, they will actually criticize the employees for going slow and keeping them there longer, while they themselves are standing around, joking around, not doing a damn thing. So, on the flip side of that, when something is going right, oh man, a manager's always going to be there. They're going to be straightening their shirt and, oh man, looking at the numbers and, yep, it was because of me. They won't mention their team. They won't mention anybody else because they are the ones that did everything. It's because of them, of that accomplishment. So another unfortunate and just disturbing fact of a manager is how it makes them feel better and more powerful to hire and fire. The fact a manager's employees aren't doing well is of course the employee's fault. Kids these days, millennials, people don't know good work ethic, whatever excuses they want to come up with, they'll use. And they are convinced that everybody else is lazy and dumb, but not them, they're smart. So manager, when they don't see somebody doing right, they're going to be on their back, micromanaging and writing them up for every little thing, and then fire them. That's their MO. Hire and fire, hire and fire. Oh, employees suck, better fire them and get some more employees, maybe sooner or later. And that circle just keeps on happening. And then they have the audacity to bitch and complain that, man, just nobody's good workers anymore. So let's go back to when that same manager hired them though. That same manager hired them. So why do so many people that person hired get fired or quit? Number one, managers ask the same textbook interview questions almost always. I don't care, I can go to pretty much any place out there that's hiring, go in for an interview, and they'll pull out their sheets of paper, and I can not only predict what questions they're going to ask, I can almost lock it into the order that they're going to ask the questions in. And they're ridiculous questions. If somebody drops a wallet in front of you, what do? My cat knows what answer that they want to hear. What do you think people are going to say? Yeah, I'm going to pick that thing up, I'm going to go through it, I'm going to take the credit cards and the cash, I'm going shopping. What do you want? Of course we're not going to say that. And those questions don't get to know the person. If you're going on a date with somebody, on a first date, do you ask them, hey, if somebody picked up or dropped a wallet in front of you, what would you do? Of course not. Get to know them. Get to know who you're hiring. What do they like? Experiences from a past job. Go against what questions you Googled and printed off on what you should ask of an employee. Think for yourself. Stop following and be a leader and think for yourself. But managers don't do that. That's why they don't know who they're hiring. Number two, they don't take the time and effort to empower and guide their employees. So basically they're going to hire somebody, throw them into a position and be like, okay, good luck. The other employees that I didn't train or do anything with, they'll train you, even though they're on the brink of getting fired because they don't know shit because I threw them into the position. So they're being set up for failure, and they don't have any knowledge. They're going to go in there doing the best job they can, but it's going to be wrong because it's a manager. So they're going to get fired, or they're going to get so sick of it, they're going to quit. Depending on the length and severity of exposure, our personal morals and ethics results will vary, but environments affect us significantly, mentally, emotionally, and physically. For example, do you remember your first job? You didn't have any real world work experience, and before that, obviously, you didn't have anything because that was your first job. This was your time to learn real world skills. What kind of skills do you think people have learned or will learn working for a manager? They've learned that they're one of two things. They will either learn that the work is the worst thing that's ever happened because they not only have to deal with the clients and the schedules and holidays and most of the time low pay and things like that, they're never going to receive appreciation or encouragement, and instead they're going to be treated as a number or pincushion because they're never going to be right because the manager is always right. Or number two, they will just accept being treated like shit, and that's normal, and strive to become a manager because they see the manager not doing anything and just barking orders at other people, and they think this is normal. So managers are training other managers. So the more managers we have, it's like a virus. We keep on training more managers because we put people like that in a management position. This just covers how we feel at work. It doesn't end there though, unfortunately. When we hate going to work, we have to endure this abuse. This affects us at home, how we act towards our friends, our family, our kids. This affects our overall health, both short-term and long-term, because we carry around this stress morning and night and in our sleep. This not only takes life off of us, it makes us age and makes us look older than what we are. And it's a proven fact that kids of parents who hate their jobs are more likely to be bullies at school. So you're taking life off yourself and you're affecting your family significantly because you have a manager. Go out and ask any parent out there, what do you want for your kids? And I can guarantee that almost every single parent without hesitation will respond with, I want a better life for my kids than what I had. And it doesn't matter what kind of life those parents had growing up. They could have had the fancy cars and the big houses and their parents taking them to dance and soccer and everything possible. Could have had the best life possible, but those parents now still want better for their kids. So they don't make the same mistakes and go through whatever they went through. They want better. Why in the hell isn't it like this at work? Companies will advertise and try and suck you in with terms like great family environment or it's like a family here. But if you look on their website or when you get into the interview, they are going to boast about how their customers are number one or profitability is our main focus. I'm not very good at math, but if customers are number one and profitability is your main focus, well, that puts your family at number two or number three. I never had a parent tell me that they didn't take care of their kids because something else was more important. A true leader will invest in their employees like a family. They will invest and teach them and empower them with a goal that their employees come better than themselves. You don't just give up on people, throw them in a situation when they shockingly don't perform. You get rid of them. You don't have little Timmy that's 5 years old. He's not sick and he shits his pants 5 times in a week and you're like, sorry Timmy, time to go, you're out. You don't do that. You work, you invest time, you take that to empower them and find out how to make them better and utilize the talents and the intelligence that they have and empower them to use that on their own. So a leader will not for a second think that just because he or she has a certain title on their name tag that they're better than anyone else or anything else. I had this happen. I started working for a large company, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and man, this one situation really resonated with me. The bathroom apparently was trashed, and it was a weekend, all the employees were busy, and the leader initially called out, hey, is anybody free to take that? And we were all busy, we were backed up beyond backed up. But so instead of just putting a sign in front of the bathroom or anything and waiting for somebody else to do it, that leader didn't think, oh geez, you know, I already put in my time cleaning bathrooms and everything, I'm a manager now, that's above me, I'll let one of the minions do that. That leader came over the radio and said, no problem, don't worry about it, I'm going to run in back, grab a sign and mop, and I'm going to take care of it myself, so don't worry about it. So that just resonated, wow, this person wasn't above anything. Just because they did it for 5 years and worked their way up doesn't mean that they didn't have to do it anymore. They did it. That made an impression on me, and it makes an impression on other people. Wow, leader's gonna do that? That's the way things work? Wow, that's cool. They will look over, so when things are going well, a leader won't say that they were the cause. They will look over at their employees, their family. That's who did it. And then a leader will empower their employees and challenge them to utilize their true potential. A leader will willingly admit they don't have an answer and have that determination to find the answer to everything. And then share that with everyone. Everyone always wants to have the answer. It feels good. But the fact that every single person doesn't have all the answers, it's gotten to the point, unfortunately, that we fear this because so many people see this as a weakness. So when a leader displays humility and admits, hey, I don't have the answer, but you can bet that I'm going to find that answer, and when I do find it, I'm going to share that way you know. What does that say about that person again? More importantly, what does that teach others? See, a leader will use that to teach someone that it's okay not to know and empower them to find the answer and feel comfortable doing it without fear of being degraded or reprimanded for not having an answer. A leader is not going to lead by numbers because a leader realizes that numbers don't teach people. Then you show somebody a sheet of numbers and the numbers don't jump out and be like, hey John, you know, this is what you did wrong and this is what you have to do it right. The numbers don't jump out and say, wow, high five, I really believed in you, I knew you could do this, and look. They don't do that. And leaders know that, and they don't lead by numbers. If you are a true leader and you lead your team by empowering them and appreciating them and having some fun at work, man, nothing has to be serious all the time. If you make it truly feel like a family environment and it's fun, I guarantee you every single time those numbers are going to follow. Your performance is going to be through the roof, your efficiency, everything. Because you're leading. You're treating your employees like family. And that carries through after you leave work. A leader will provide a place where you can earn a paycheck and everything, but it doesn't even feel like work. You come home at night and you have energy. And no matter what you did that day, you felt fulfilled and accomplished at the end of the day. You're genuinely happy and aren't burdened thinking about how horrible the day was while also thinking about how much you don't want to go back the next day. There's two people. There's leaders and managers, and I don't care if it's at work, I don't care if it's at home, I don't care where it's at. We have the choice to be a leader or be a manager, plain and simple. And leaders when you do something good, when somebody else sees you doing something good, that automatically makes other people not only feel good, it makes them inspired to follow that. So if we keep on having managers training people and creating more managers, look at how many people hate their jobs or don't love their jobs. It's probably a hell of a lot more people than what actually enjoy and love their jobs. So what happened? We kept on having more and more managers training other people, creating more managers. If we turn things around and we start being leaders in everyday life, personal, work, whatever, that's going to inspire and do the same thing that it did with managers. Now, other people are going to be inspired to be leaders, which is going to inspire and create more leaders, and it's going to tip the balance. It's not only going to cause healthier lives, healthier families, we're going to be happier, and we're going to create more leaders and more jobs that we enjoy going to. So that's my take on it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Lots more to come. I'll try and get a video out every week. Please subscribe, like, share, thumbs up, whatever you're supposed to do with videos. So see you soon.